Alright everyone, welcome to Townscaper, and as you can see, we have a fairly blank screen in front of us. We have some of the UI open on the side. I love the way this all looks, but we'll get into that in a bit. But it is as the name sounds. I have to work on looking at the camera. It is as the name sounds, Townscaper. We are building a town, but it's not like a city builder game where you have other mechanics in where you're trying to build a whole ecosystem. This is literally just boom, you click and it builds, and then you can click it away just as fast. So easy. And then you click again and it all adds on to each other, and look, we have our first house. So controls are super intuitive. This is just left click, right click. So just a tap, a single left click will place something down, and then a right click will take it away. And you just add on, and then that's a funky shape. Press and hold on left click, then rotates the camera. We can zoom in and out, and then a right click will help us drag the camera. So that way we can operate around and build up, because there's a lot to be done. And you could just randomly build. I can't get rid of that. Curious. So it's all procedural based on how you build things out. You can see some of the shapes are different, so cool sound effects. It's so fun. And I've seen people go ahead and do some crazy things. So, you know, I feel like, I don't know, this game is still very much in development. I follow a developer on Twitter. I totally am blanking out on his name right now. But the game in development, there's lots of features to be added. The first thing that comes to mind is being able to hold down a function key. Like if I can hold shift or control, then click and drag and paint sections without dragging the mouse. Because right now, I can only click to fill out spaces. Which I mean, it's not too bad. But if you want to do something larger scale or just quicker, you can see the birds. Fly away, birdies. Whoop. All right, so we got some green in there. Let's go for orange. Ooh, you're a funky looking thing. Can I add onto the side? I can. And we can attach it. Look at that. Isn't that cool? It just like builds up, and it's so easy, so intuitive, just cute. Love when you can hear like the little things drop in the water afterwards. People were busy trying to make floating cities, so the guy ended up building in the mechanic that you can take out the flooring if you've built it up high enough, and they actually have like little motors underneath them so they can fly. So like if we were to do that, what would that look like? You can just like build, you know, pretty high. Oh, look at this. This is so cool. You just get in real close. Check out what you're doing. Like this is one of those no stress, fun hangout games where you can just click and have fun. Okay, so we're getting rid of... Oh, look at that. Little stairways and mailbox you can pull up by boat. So I'm not sure if it's a feature implemented in the game yet. Okay, so now we've gotten rid of all of the base work, but it's all on stilts. That's still awesome that you can account for that. Then you can see like you have the ladders for access, the little hatches. So, like there's all these little details in here. So it's just so well thought out and just so carefully considered and easy. Just look at this. You can go 3. Bing, bing. Neighbors. And then if they're not the same color, they don't stack the same way. It's kind of fun. Like, just so neat. And I've seen people go and do crazy things. So if we look in the UI, you can see with some of the elements how you can place things out. It's just a little bit on the wonky side. It's not this regular grid, which is awesome because then you're forced to play with this like off-kilter style, which honestly just helps you just sort of play loose, because if you're not worried about it too much, then you just go with it. So you got that. Oops. Oh no. Stay full screen. I'm not sure how the recording software is going to go. I keep on trying to figure that out. Pin UI. Is that this thing? What does that mean? I don't know what it means. We'll keep it on. Oh yes, this is what I was looking for. You can change the textures. We can change the intensity and the direction of the sun. Like, look at that. It's sunset. Isn't that cool? Like, who would have thought? You can shift it all the way around. So, I mean, if you're used to 3D modeling and rendering, like if you're in video game design or even just anything where you're doing 3D, like you're a lot more used to this, but this is a very simplified UI that all of a sudden makes this sort of thing accessible in a builder game, and it's just so cool. So you got your regular, you got the shade. Oh, that's cool as well. So then it like mixes them together. That's pretty sweet. You can see the shadows going as well. This is just spectacular. To go from already having like such a simple structure for detail to then build up an even more simplistic method of putting out the design for your game. So cool. Yeah, I could honestly just play around in this for a long time. It's so fun. Little ladder. Let's turn this back on. You get the color. That like little industrial chic, Mediterranean city vibe. Just so cool. Go for some more subdued colors. You can even make bigger buildings. Sorry, morning voice. Woo, look at that. Pardon me. I can speak again. Let's get some nice golden hour light. Like, oof. Oof. That's so cool. Wow. I love how you can hear the chunks just fall off into the water. Oh, look at this. It creates little stairways down. Like, it would be so cool if you could design something in here and then essentially render it out as an actual map. If it was interactive, like, that would be so cool. Like, if you're doing, like, this has so much potential to turn into a level designer where you're actually, there we go. Connect these up. Yeah. Yeah, level designer where you're just building your own landscape, and maybe that's something that you would do for a game. Like, I don't even know what the premise would be. But something like this where you just have such an easy interactive mechanic for building. It's so fun. Please don't let that be a phone call. It is not. Door's safe. Beep, beep, beep. It's just so cool. That's so awesome. And screenshot, that's there too. Very nice. I feel like this would be a fun game to stream where you're just sitting around. Like, I don't know what I want to do. Or it's like me this morning. I was trying to play Abzu, but for whatever reason, my computer's like, your file is corrupt. And I was like, what? It's a Steam game. I downloaded this from Steam. What do you mean? So, if that decides not to behave, I luckily have it on Switch because I bought it on sale both places. I was like, I want to play it on Switch. So I bought it there. Then I was like, recording on PC's easier, but now I have a decent setup for recording console. I don't even know what I'm doing. I'm just clicking. That's the whole point. You're just hanging out there all by yourself. Just kidding, we're not going to leave you stranded. Oh, a tiny little one. Look at this. A little. So zoomed in. Whoop. Going through the buildings. Yeah. Yeah, so having like the random grid that isn't just squares, it's fun because you don't know what you're gonna get. And you're just clicking, no pressure. It's perfect. Then if we go for these, yeah. Well, you know what we need? Red. There we go. One more? Nah. Actually, let's see what this looks like. Oh, fun. Mm. Ooh. Yeah. Look at this. That's pretty sweet. Oh, I see it joins up differently over here. It's on a slightly different angle. So the way it all works out. That's so fun. Look at that. If we come over here. Got all that going on. That's pretty sweet. I am a fan. And like this would be nice to do as well because as you can hear, there's no music in it. So you could just be playing your own tunes, chilling out, having a good time. So what I want to do is bridge a couple of buildings together. Because will it have the support structures if they connect? Did I count? Did not count. There we go. Oh, the grid is taking us awry. All right, so we got a little. You have one little support, but otherwise, it's all good. Oh, look at that. Little walkway. Hanging out here. That's pretty fun. If we do this. Then that slightly gets adjusted. Look. That. Wow. Hello. Your little bobbin plants, a little chair. Very, very nice. See. Bing, 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 bing. Yeah, so easy just to enjoy yourself with this. You can make some really cool stuff. Like since I'm like following the game, like some people go crazy with this. So you can just like start making your own little city. I mean, you can hang out and just play this for a while. So if I get ideas and I play around and I come up with some cool designs, maybe I'll do a little showcase thing. But otherwise, like that is the premise of the game. It's in development. Things are being added to it. I'm sure it's going to be pretty sweet to see what we can do with this down the road. Birds. Bye-bye, birdies. Ooh, where are you going? Mm-hmm. Following the burbs. Where you guys going? Ah, they're being sneaky. Not sure. Oh, we got one landing. So one was like, okay, here. They're all like, oh, this is obviously the place to be. Happy little burbs in my newfound little city. Look at this. So fun. Yeah, if you want to play around with it, it's like a few bucks on Steam. Worthwhile. Updates to come for sure. So if you like anything casual city building, boom, here it is. But that's what I got for this video. So thank you everybody for watching and stay tuned.